Welcome in, guys, to our recap every single NFL team for the 2022 season, and we're in the AFC West with the Las Vegas Raiders. The first thing they did is they got themselves a new head coach, and that was Josh McDaniel. He was the former Denver Broncos head coach back in 2010. Then he went back to be under the Bill Belichick learning tree, and he came back to get his second head coaching job in the NFL with the Raiders. And then Dave Ziegler gets his first GM, general manager job. He came from New England as well, so he comes in as the GM. The first thing he does, he gives up 2 first and second round picks for Davante Adams, so he can reunite with Derek Carr. And they're hoping yeah, this is gonna be good. Yeah, we've got Davante Adams, Derek Carr are back. They was in college together. Let's see if they can do shit together. But ultimately, it wasn't that good, and it really showed that Josh McDaniels as a head coach is a massive bust. Is the reason why he hadn't had a head coaching job since 2010. There's a big reason why Josh McDaniels hadn't had an NFL head coaching job since 2010. Again, this whole thing of he come from the Bill Belichick learning. Stop going from that thing. Look at Brian Flores. Look at Josh McDaniels. They're all fucking terrible. Stop going in that direction. But anyway, also Dave Ziegler brings in Chandler Jones from the Cardinals, so they don't have a second or first round pick because they traded those away to the Packers. So they go in the third round and get Dylan Parham, offensive guard, Zaram White, running back, Neil Farrell Jr., defensive tackle, and Matthew Butler, defensive tackle. I look at some players that they could trade away. Josh Jacobs, I would trade him away. I think he was rumored he was getting franchise tagged. Derek Carr is gone. They need to address the quarterback position in this offseason. Now you've got rid of Derek Carr. You had him for 9 years. You know, he's, again, a decent level quarterback. He's not going to be a quarterback that's going to take you to a Super Bowl and go, yeah! He's not a Super Bowl winning quarterback. That's just what it is. And they wasted 9 years with this guy. So he's gone. He's gone to the Saints. So, again, in the draft, they got a 7th round pick. They need to get one of the 2 quarterbacks. So, again, if I'm the Raiders, I'm like, shit. Dave Ziegler has to say, listen, Ryan Poles, I need to get that 1st round pick. I'll give you a 7th round pick and you can get a wide receiver or somebody, or you can get an offensive tackle on 7th. I need that number 1 quarterback. I need a CJ Stroud, or I need a Bryce Young. They also need a offensive tackle, cornerback, edge, inside linebacker, defensive line, wide receiver. That defense needs a lot of work as well. For years and years, for the last couple of years, that defense has been mid. And it, not just the quarterback position, but the defense side of the ball needs working on, and the trenches need working on, like offensive tackle, inside linebacker. So there's a lot of things, a lot of holes in this offseason that the Raiders need to address. For passing yards, it was tied 11th for passing yards, rushing yards 17th, points for 12, points against 26. Josh Jacobs he had 1,093 rushing yards, so he had a decent year. They finished the season 6-11, 3rd in the AFC West, and a very underwhelming season for the Raiders. They had that big trade for Davante Adams, but you didn't address the quarterback position when you knew that Derek Carr wasn't the guy, and that defense was mid. It's not that, again, the trenches need working as well. So hopefully in the off-season, Dave Ziegler's got to get his shit together. Are you going to keep Josh McDaniel for another year? You're going to have to see if you can get a CJ Stroud or Bryce Young in this draft. A lot of questions need to be asked.